mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace, peace. Ooh. Ooh. Malcom. Hey! That's how I greet Nova. I go, hey, what's up, man? He be like, what up, Papa?
Y'all all getting fired.
Yeah, that was weird.
Y'all all getting fired.
That's how you know this show is gonna be crazy.
Y'all all getting fired.
Yeah, we reverting back to the old school days.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, every show we used to come on arguing, and so this is like throwback, bro. Cause we never had, and we were pumping our chests because we was close to 8 o'clock. We was like high-fiving. Yeah, we on time, man. We got to start being more professional, man. The people are waiting. And we was all prepared. And then that shit happened. Anywho.
Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you.
We appreciate your presence here with us.
Thank y'all for joining us. Through all the mayhem that you see.
Through all of the mayhem, through all of the confusion, we ain't gonna give any names.
Point elbows.
Point any elbows on who again is dropping the ball. Who's leading this month? Mama Doctor screwed up a couple times.
Yo, listen. We had like cold opening shows.
Yeah. Mike was hot mics and. It's a lot going on.
Listen, man. Somebody is losing focus around here. Man.
Yeah, and that's what success will do to you.
You seen the last Winning Time episode?
I did see the last Winning
With Pat
Time.
Riley, he just went off. I'm about to
punch the board. We love you guys.
Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate
Mercury retrograde. Thank you. See, I'm blaming it on
that's
something.
that bug.
No, that's it.
That's that bug.
Mercury retrograde. Virgos.
Blaming Mercury retrograde.
Yeah. I blame all my problems on it.
Yeah.
Just like any good reverend can blame all of his issues on the devil. Mm-hmm. That's got to be the greatest built-in.
Yeah.
Come together with me,
or
the devil did it, and we need to,
the white man did it,
or the white man. So if you pro-black, it's the white man.
Yeah.
If you religious or Christian, it's the devil.
Right. And if you little spiritual, it's the planets and the.
It's the planets and alignment. God, we done figured this out. We got this. All depending where you rotating that. That's what it is. It's
Somebody
never
said
you.
That retrograding. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's never you.
Yeah.
Never you. It's always something outside of you. Let's start up today by acknowledging that the greatest rapper alive, West Coast version.
Wait, is he not? Oh, he is still alive. He in Cuba.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, Tupac Shakur
Yes.
was shot up today.
Yes.
X amount of years ago, 97?
6.
No, 97. 96.
Yeah.
So was that 33 years or 23
That's
years?
23 years. Yeah. No, 27 years.
Okay, 27 years ago.
Yes, because I was born in 93, and I'll be 30. So.
Right.
27
So
years.
27 years ago, today.
So he actually died on the 13th, but he was in a coma that whole time.
Or allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
You know.
So, but when he got shot, I just assumed, as I always do, he was gonna pull through. I was driving the bus, I heard about it, I was like, all right, you know, this is Tupac, this is par for the course for Tupac. You know, this is what happens. But during that time, you know, of course, Mike Tyson was at his peak, as we know, because he was at a Tyson fight.
Right.
And now, Diddy was at his peak. Bad Boy was at their peak.
Right.
And so a lot of this is coming full circle.
Crazy.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the charges finally came down on the anniversary of Tupac's death?
Wow.
Press conference, breaking news, bling, ding, ding, bling, 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 and you see your man with the perp walk.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How poetic would that be?
Crazy.
And the reason I mention that is because we did an urban exclusive.
The new one that's gonna drop this weekend.
With Ani Asaru.
Yes, on the Gematria.
On Gematria, when I tell you.
On the Jesuit order, it was
on hip hop.
It was ill, man.
It was ill.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, our minds were blown. So for the members, you go right in. Well, it's not up yet.
It's not up yet.
It'll be up Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday we're going to put that up.
Sunday the latest. You know how we do.
Yeah, you know how we do. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mama Dot said Friday. I'm not even going to put that not even going to put that energy out there. Because Mama Dot, life be lifing. And she be like, look, get off my case. Yeah. I got things to do. And so...
But you got to put her under pressure. Like, it got to be like...
But your pressure is different than mine because... You'll say shit. This is what Malcolm will say. You know, Mama Dot, like, you know what I'm saying? We need you to, you know, just get a little assertive. And I need you to buckle down. What do you really want to say? Bitch, will you get this shit done? Fuck, man. I'm tired of being nice to you like you my mother and shit, which you are, like, but still, you my employee. Get this fucking shit done. You always dragging your feet. That's what I hear.
That's what you hear?
But you be saying it like real polite. Come on, Mama Dot. You can just get assertive. And
Malcolm looks at me, he goes, T. This is what I'm gonna need.
This is what I'm gonna need.
Listen,
and to him, that's him. I told that bitch, shit. That's in his mind. That's what he's saying. Yeah, you know.
We gotta get things done around here, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. So we did a dope urban exclusive.
Yes, it was dope.
With Ani Asaru, and the brother is filled with knowledge. He's humble. He's bright. He's off the Bobby Hemmett tree. He ain't looking for no clout. He found the lane with the gematria, as they call it. And some things he said made it clear to me of what his mission was. After studying under the elders, it is important to find your lane and fill in blanks because we're telling one story on a multitude of levels. So I felt that because when I came in, I told you it was nothing but old people. You know what I mean? I'm like, all these old people around, I felt I was summoned there for a specific reason, and that was to create a renaissance within hip hop and consciousness that, you know, we'll talk about later tonight. And its fruition, its downfall, and all of the things that came in between.
Right.
And so the conscious community in its primary state, right? Not, you know, what came later. We're going to talk about it all tonight. You in for a treat tonight, right? But was not to create another place where you become religious. It was a way station to unlearn. And once you unlearn, now you have to go out in the world and live your life and take what you learn or spend the rest of your life relearning, but find a lane to teach certain things, because we're all telling one story and no one has all of the pieces. It's all fragmented. You know what I mean? And even at the end of Hip Hop Decoded, one of the last things I said, I'm writing volume 1. It's going to be the mission of somebody with a greater understanding to write the next volume, and then so on and so on. In my mind, that's how I wanted Hip Hop Decoded to live on. Not me write volume 2, 3, 4, and 5, because it gets a little bit redundant. I wanted somebody to study what I did, and these are the mistakes Dot made here. Let me add on, and then somebody can come 5 years later, whatever, and we build a story on how deep this situation is. But my man Ani Asaro is giving a retreat on September 22nd and 23rd. It's called Call Us By Our Name Ancestors Retreat, and it's going to be taking place in Columbia, South Carolina.
Nice. Use the QR code on your screen.
Use the QR code on your screen, 12 p.m. Eastern. If you need a number, the number is 803-678-7641. That's 803-678-7641. Call us by our name. He said he's going to have stuff out there for the children. You can come out there for your healing. This is the first year he's doing it.
Yeah, he wants to do it once a year.
He wants to do it at least once a year.
Yeah.
So if you in that area, in the neighboring areas, scan that code, show up. And he said this is on all black owned land. So whatever he's doing or where it's gonna be is all black owned land. We want to thank this brother for taking time out to spend with us today.
Yes.
Because I learned a lot.
Yeah, it was really, really interesting and some scary stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Yeah. So.
Man, our minds.
And he has a course. If you're a member, he has a whole course.
Yeah, we have a course in there for you to, get your learn on. He put the course in there, for you to get started, because this stuff.
Yeah.
And what he said about the Jesuits.
Scary, man.
Oh man.
So real quick before we get started tonight, let's do a quick roll call and shout out to everybody who gave super chat. So Left Field, ATL Georgia. Who else? Hartford in the building was good. Who else? Zero Tolerance, continued success, Mark. Thank you for the super chat. Andre
Detroit
Smith
is in the building.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
To your 12-year-old daughter Myra, happy birthday.
South Carolina, Florida, Canada.
Mr. Darius, thank you for the super chat as well.
Pittsburgh, we appreciate.
Detroit,
Yes.
all that good stuff. Thank y'all.
West Palm Beach, Cincinnati, Nashville, Baltimore, Alabama, Yonkers in the building.
Virginia.
Long Beach, BX, throw my X's up. BX
Cincinnati.
all day. Brooklyn in the building. Toronto in the building. Tampa.
Flint.
Man,
Chicago.
ACL in the building.
Thank you. All right, and let's get to it.
Thank you. And we never take this for granted.
Absolutely.
I have to say that. We never take your attendance here and you willing to take time out of what you're doing to offer us your ear as we delve through some topics. And just when we got off the show on Tuesday, I was complaining.
No, yeah, so during the, hold on.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So you're talking about the after show?
No, I was complaining that it wasn't enough from Tuesday to Thursday.
Yes.
We needed some niggering
Yeah, you did say
to
that.
take place.
Yeah, you did say that.
And the ultimate nigger
Yeah.
of all niggas,
You did say that.
this shit popped.
Hey, so on Tuesday, during the after show, like we literally like it just kind of like you just kind of like flippantly asked like, "Yo, wasn't that Polight stuff supposed to happen? Like, when is that supposed to happen?" Somebody in the chat was like, "Tomorrow." So like we're supposed to hear something about tomorrow. So we was like, "All right, we're gonna discuss it when it comes," because when the story first broke, we covered it. then when things was happening like intermittently in between, we were hesitant to cover it because we just wanted definitive proof. Like, all right, this is what's happening with his case. Not we didn't believe anybody. Not we covered it. If you watched the initial episode. So yesterday it came out. It was a court session, court case on Zoom, and then you heard his voice. You heard the judge talk. You heard the victim's mother's talk about what happened. And yeah, he pled guilty to 2 charges. As a result of that, he was sentenced to 7 years in state prison and 10 years on probation. And afterwards, he has to do a state-mandated sex offender class. I don't think he has to register as a sex offender.
Okay, we'll talk about that.
But it was crazy because, like, as I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, finally something definitive happened. I just want to know how he's going to try to spin this somehow, or how his followers are going to try to spin this, or how this is all a ploy from the white man trying to set him up because he's so dangerous to the structure of society. They need him on the, and I saw a post on his Instagram. He was at a club and those charges dropped. And then today you sent me a video that he scheduled, I guess he pre-recorded, scheduled to come out today. Talked about, the victim and, my accuser, all sexual charges got dropped because I got high-powered lawyers and high-powered forensic scientists that just knocked everything out. And, I said, you know what? I don't, the case was so complex that if I would afford it, I'd have went to jail for 30 years. So I just said, let's make a deal. Just get it out the way. Let's make a deal. So I got to sit down for a little bit. He didn't say how long he had to sit down. So that tells you that this is pre-recorded. And somebody on his team, somebody in his family could be, pulling that kind of strings. And what I thought about too? I thought, like, remember, we heard about something happening earlier this year. I want to say like June, like May, June. And then it got a long period to September, like to the other day. And I was like, maybe he was spending all that time trying to record videos. He put out music videos. Maybe he was trying to do all of this so he can kind of control as much as the narrative he can, because I heard that him and his legal team were trying to get the court proceedings taken off of Zoom so nobody could see it. But as a result of everybody seeing, everybody hearing, everybody has his videos, his pre-recorded videos look wild. You know what I'm saying? They just look even weirder. Like, what you said that was your voice. Like, we didn't superimpose, and that wasn't AI, that was you. You get what I'm saying? So very unfortunate. And real quick, we want to talk about the victim here. Prayers, it goes out to that victim, because at the end of all of this, there's people who want to make a name. They're going to create YouTube channels and make a name off of, the content, because he just fed the YouTube streets. I don't know if he knows it, but there was somebody harmed. There was a 14-year-old girl whose life was forever changed, right? Who has to deal with the ramifications psychologically for the rest of her life. A parent who was forever changed, you know what I'm saying, who probably can't trust anybody.
Riddled with guilt
and
so much
you get what I'm
stuff.
saying? So, Star, he made a good point. Don't say her name, because she wanted to be anonymous. The judge said she wanted to be anonymous. She said she wanted to be anonymous. So we're not going to say her name because we don't want... But
somebody will, because that's just the treacherous, devious nature that they have.
Yeah, I don't want to bring attention, that kind of... Because people are weird. People are weird. They'll try to dox her. Like, people are weird.
Yes.
So, like I said, but with that being said, 7 years I think is light. I think it's way too light for him. I think that should have got 10 to 15 at least. But apparently, the mom didn't want her to, her daughter to be able to, sit at trial and things like that, be cross-examined, to be pressed and things like that.
Yes.
Which can bring up more trauma, which can, affect her even greater. So as a result, he was able to get off technically on, I guess, the more serious charges, serious charges, and he's using it as a loophole, and his followers are using it as a loophole to say, you know, how great of a lawyer he has because he has money, or how intelligent he is because he was, or the fact that he really didn't do this. And but 7 years, I think I'm glad he got 7 years. I'm glad he's in there, rotting there, and I hope his fellow inmates in there greet him well.
All right.
When they check his paperwork. That's all I say.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I appreciate that. I get guilty of not giving you the space and the platform because I'm the master at talking kung fu. And so I appreciate those words coming from a young dad or someone who I've instilled certain values in. There's certain things we just not gonna tolerate.
Absolutely.
As men. I'm gonna start here. Nobody is after you niggas. I want to be very clear with this because this is very important. The government is not after you niggas. None of you niggas. There is no, if you think what you're doing is putting a dent in the meter of the government's agenda, you are highly delusional. The Black Power movement, when it was anything, died in the 70s. Let me explain. When they killed Dr. King, right? The Black Panthers came through and they tried to do their thing. Once they got rid of the Black Panther Party, listen to me closely, they gave you blaxploitation movies and they gave you hip hop. And for the next 50 years, you have been a part of the greatest psyop that black people have endured, period. I'm gonna say that again, I wanna be clear. We just celebrated our own demise when we celebrated 50 years of hip hop. Now, Doc, what are you talking about? You wrote the book on, no, I wrote the book on the potential that hip hop had to move us from one dimension or paradigm into the next using spiritual principles that our ancestors laid down before us. Let's look at it for what it is. Who benefited most from hip hop? Has it been us, spiritually, economically, socially, politically, as a collective? Or has the prison systems, the alcohol systems, the drugs, the sexual agenda, let's weigh it. Who benefited the most, including the ones who got the most money? You can't say that we the people benefited from hip hop. Now, am I saying that there weren't shining lights or an example of pieces of shining light and potentiality there? Of course there was. But this is a war. And because most of y'all think this is a war of economics and getting some money in your pocket, you miss the true essence of the war. This is a spiritual war. So the government has never been afraid of Dr. So-and-so or who, they put him in jail because he was telling the people the truth. Stop with all of that. You yourself over the last 10 years have given the government more information about yourself than they ever had in the history of COINTELPRO. You told them what food you like, what movies you like, what kind of women you like. They already know what your bank account is. You have done all of this via social media. This has never been easier to tell them who you are. And if you think being on their platform, we say it all the time up here, if you think being on their platform, you are doing something revolutionary when they can clearly say, you, Mr. Revolutionary, you can't say these 10 fucking words. And if you say them, we'll cut your channel, which inevitably cuts what? Your money, cuts your clout. You will not say those words. So what kind of revolution shit are we talking? Show me. Show me. All right? So that is a operation of the mind that has you thinking this individual or that individual was so powerful, they was waking people. We already know everything there is to know. So let's remove that. I wanted to get that out of the way for the minions who gonna say, man, that brother was so powerful. No, let's just move that out of the way. There is no more revolutionaries unless because after we leave here, I don't go to some underground bunker with 7 TVs going and
Machine guns.
machine helmet on, and no, I go about my life, and they know I go about my life. So this is all of us, right? Brother Polight, the most narcissist shit I seen was to schedule a video and make it appear as if this was a current video, right? Far as I know, that nigga got 15 takes of this shit.
Yeah.
Yo, because the next video gonna be, I got 7 years, cut. Roll the tape back. Yeah, I got 10 years because he didn't know at the time, cut. Yeah, I got 15 years, cut. Who knows just how calculated this crazy shit is?
Yeah.
And to go out the night before, you can celebrate all you want because you know you're going away for a long time, but to put those words in the charges dropped. Now, I listened to his video today, and not only did he say he had high-powered lawyers who got rid of the forensic evidence, like they couldn't even prove that, and I'm like, bro, so you mean to tell me your lawyers was so high-powered that they could get forensic evidence thrown out, but you're going to jail because she was drunk?
Yeah.
So your lawyers wasn't powerful enough to beat the fact that she was drunk, because he made it seem like the only reason he's going to jail, this is his words, I saw the video, I watched it 3 times, was because she was drunk or under the influence, and the mother took her to the precinct before he did.
Yeah.
So he's insinuating that had he took her to the precinct before the mother did, that the mother would be up for misconduct or sexual child abuse.
Yeah.
This is what he have you Negroes thinking. But your lawyers were powerful enough to, bring in forensics, and
he said we had our own forensics.
We had our own forensics. They powerful enough to do that, but not powerful enough to prove you was not in the same place this 14-year-old girl was when she got drunk. So you have to take a hit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one because as powerful as my lawyers was.
Yeah, they couldn't get that.
They couldn't get that off.
Yeah.
And you Negroes bought that shit hook, line, and sinker. Not all of you.
Yeah.
I want to be clear with that. Now, I listened to the mother, and I could just feel her pain, her energy, the whole 9 yards, not wanting to put her daughter through this process again, because let me tell you something, and as you know, women in particular, they get victimized 3 times in one process. The person who physically rapes them. Then a lot of times they'll go to the precinct. Yeah. And the police officers will interrogate them as if they wanted this to happen. How were you drunk that night? Were you? And so then they gotta go through that shit. Then if they endure that, they gotta endure family members who, well, how were you dressed? Or and in the social media era, let's say it's a public case, the social media era kick in. Oh, look how that bitch was dressed and this and that. Then if you make it to a jury, you have to endure the defense trying to trip you up and make you seem like you were a fucking liar. Yeah. So you know what women do? Most of them, they tuck it. They just tuck it. They go, I don't want to, I'll deal with my pain. And you run up on these sisters half the time and you don't know what kind of deep down trauma that they have tucked away somewhere. Yeah. So he made it seem, again, the mother was lying. The mother and the daughter. First of all, the daughter was drunk. And this is for adults. I've been fucked up where I didn't know what happened the night before. So if you put me on the stand 2 days later, there can be contradictions in my story. She's 14, or she was at the time 14-year-old, might have been drunk for the first time in her life. How the hell is she going to remember? And I want to say this too. Y'all with me? Everybody still with me?
Yeah, we good.
Okay, all right, because I got to unpack this. This has been fucking with me, right? My defense lawyer, his job is to put that 14-year-old girl through a grinder. It's nothing personal. I got paid big bucks from Polight, right? My job is to trip her up. My job is to confuse this 14-year-old girl. My job is to use words that a 14-year-old girl really don't know what they mean and maybe get her to insinuate. That's my job. It's nothing personal, right? And so the mother decided, why would I do that?
Right.
Where a jury of 6 people might have just enough to go, So let's kill the semantics that Brother Polight tried to pull off on y'all, because he is a great orator. He is scholar-like. He is wise with his words. Do you know, side note, you can be wise, a scholar, an orator, a public figure, a social media influencer, and still be a piece of shit?
Absolutely.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know you can be a famous singer who wrote songs that move the world, and you still can be a piece of shit?
Absolutely.
Right? You know, so I don't want to
Yeah.
make it seem like you can't be both.
Yeah.
You know, because you can.
Yeah.
Do you know your father, let's say, and I'm talking to y'all whose father promised you every single day he was gonna come see you, and he never came to see you. He promised you he was gonna buy you toys. He never came to bought you toys. And when you was young, you blew it off, but as you got older, you began to create a psychological profile and characteristic profile on your dad. And you may say, I love my dad. But you know what my dad is? He's a piece of shit. You can say that
Right.
and be right about it.
Right.
Right? So, with that being said, we're not gonna allow Polight, Polight, whoever the fuck he is. And let me give you my history with Polight. I told you I didn't know this nigga. And I stand by that. I had 3 instances, but not on a personal level. I was on a panel at the State Building. It was me, Polight, Dr. Umar, Wesley Muhammad.
Jesus.
You name it. We were all there. We all had 15 minutes to speak. We spoke and I bounced. I met him on 125th Street. I was out there with Sarnetta. You can't walk down 125th Street without Sarnetta with his camera set up. And he pulled up in his car and he got out and stood next to me. I introduced him. I got out of the picture and went about my business. And the very first time I met him, I went to see a lecture in Brooklyn for Phil Valentine, and he was opening up. I didn't know who he was, but I could tell by the audience's response to him that he they knew who he was. And those are my only interactions, so no, I don't know. He never scanned me. I can't. And so, are y'all with me? Because I need to get a commercial break and come back in a minute. Because this is going to be, we're going to lay this out. Because I need y'all to understand what's going on. So, but what I did recognize, he said he had 4 wives.
Yeah.
Which was an immediate trigger for me. Because it's hard to take care of one wife. I'm like, damn, this nigga 4 wives, right? And he said he had wrote 75 books at the time.
Yeah. Now it's like 90 or something.
I'm an author.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how's that even humanly possible?
Right.
Right. So those were just early triggers for me. I want to take a quick break.
Okay.
And I want to come back and I want to go through the second half of this so we can lay this out, because this is deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
okay.
I think, we got to kind of do it in layers. So let's take a break.
We'll be
get some water.
back.
And we'll
Hit
be
the
right
like
back.
button.
Yeah, hit the like button,
Hit
please.
the like button. We'll be right back.
This summertime on Patty Z Radio, each and every Saturday, DJ Z drops some cool summer romance jams from 8 to 10 p.m. London time. Follow at Patty Z Radio on Instagram and Twitter for more info. Patty Z Radio, get lost in music. Patty Z Radio, get lost in music. Patty Z Radio, get lost in music.
Welcome to www.presto.shop, your personalized photo creations. We have everything from hoodies to t-shirts, keychains, mugs, and cups. Our items make great gifts for graduations, birthdays, celebrations, holidays, and so much more. So reach out for any special occasion and send your pictures over, and we can turn it into something beautiful and spectacular. We specialize in everything from rugs, blankets, pillows, cups, and so much more. Contact us today at support@presto.shop.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, sending you lots of love and gratitude. Thank you so much for allowing me to continuously connect with you and your spirit team. Know that whether you're receiving guidance and confirmation with an angel oracle card session, or you're having your energy centers realigned with a chakra balancing session, or you're releasing trauma and pressure with a mental healing session, I am here to be of service to you. Visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, to see all my services and availability, and also visit my YouTube channel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, where I have hundreds of videos for you to follow through and learn more about your spiritual journey. Thank you so much for connecting with me, and until we connect again, one love.
And we're back.
And we are back. I want to continue to go in. Thank you for being here with us, being patient. It is our responsibility here to tackle these subjects, and we avoided this as long as possible, because one thing I hate is an area of grayness where so many people can throw a whole bunch of bullshit in there.
And that's what, and he's doing, I don't know if you realize, but he's doing that, he's done that from behind the wall. Like, he's put out open-ended, like, you know, these charges were dropped, so people would think, oh, charges were dropped.
Right.
When there was a reason some of those charges were dropped, not on the merit of him not doing it. Because if that was the case, if Malcolm is accused of anything sexual with a child, Malcolm's taken out to trial.
There you go. And Black Dot is taking that all the way to trial.
If my lawyers are good enough to get forensics away, then my lawyers should be good enough. If I said this is her word against mine, that I gave her alcohol and I didn't,
right,
that should be getting tossed too, right?
Absolutely. And because your name, I'm on these platforms telling you how important your name is. You know what I mean? Your name is all you have here, right? And I'm not copping out to shit. Now, if I kill somebody and they say, look, cop out the manslaughter, all right, and they got enough evidence to say, nigga, this is open and shut, really. That's different.
Right.
I'm never copping out to anything I did not do for the sake of what? No, that's not truth. And for somebody who claims to stand on the principle of truth, stop it. Now we got to talk to conscious community. Okay, because a lot of people, not hands are dirty about the pedophilia stuff. Some people knew or had inklings that, you know, something could be awry in those areas. I gotta credit Red Pill and Blue Pill. And I know some people don't like Red Pill and Blue Pill for whatever. There's never been no mud on their names to that capacity. You know what I mean? They on their Scorpio shit, they hustle, you know what I'm saying, and do their shit. And in 20, it was
like 2017,
18,
yeah.
one of them years, they came out and gave a hell of a press conference to call Polight to the carpet. You know what I mean? To call Polight out to the community to say something is not right. We're getting too much. Because when your reputation precedes you, if 13 people say the same thing about you, Malcolm, how can I not take that into accountability that perhaps that's who the fuck you are? Right?
Absolutely.
So we started hearing all the scam stuff. We started hearing all of this, and it reached the point where it needed to be addressed because we look like hypocrites if we keep doing this. We hear what's going on, but because that's my mans in them, I gotta, you look like a hypocrite. Right? Now, there are 4 phases to the conscious community. And before I move forward, I gotta kind of just brace through them.
I like the way you're doing this. Thanks.
Yes. Phase 1 is Sister Burt transitioned, Big Man, who transitioned, Azariah, who transitioned, Dr. Clemson Brown, who transitioned, and on the other side, we had the UAM with Alton Maddox, who transitioned.
Okay.
Right, so those, Alton Maddox dealt more with our political stuff and things that was going on, and so I put him into that mix. And there was Brother Leon and another brother named who escaped me. I don't know if they're still here with us. That's when I showed up, 1995, 1996. And that movement lasted until about 99, and there was a gathering of the masters in Atlanta. And I think that became the split because on one side of the fence you had all of the metaphysical teachers, Phil Valentine, Bobby Hammond, Henry D. Bernardo, a few others, right? And on this side, you had Dr. Khalid Muhammad, who came down there to basically debate Bobby Hammond. You had the conscious Rasta, you had Laola Africa, who was really on the metaphysical side, to be honest, and a few other individuals. And there was a tug of war because what was taking place is we was coming out of Pan-Africanism as a foot, a foundation, and now these new so-called pseudo space aliens was coming in talking about consciousness on a level that, and so there was a whole big thing. I was down there. The surveillance, I told you, was something I had never seen before in my life. It was on and popping in Atlanta. When that ended, there was a 2 or 3 year lull. And then Brother Blue Pill introduced me to Brother Chris. And he introduced me to Shabazz, and we started Eye Opener Production. Now, I call the brain trust of Eye Opener Production 3 people. Myself, Christ or Chris, and Brother Shabazz, because we're the ones who put up the money. We're the ones who flew the lecturers in. We're the ones who put the lecturers in a hotel. We're the ones who fed the lecturers. We're the ones who drove the lecturers around, paid them for the event, and sent them home. So we were the decision maker. We were the one putting up our own money, taking losses. We was at the Brown Chocolate Cafe and Fort Greene Senior Center. We was taking losses. We didn't even start breaking even until we got to LIU. But that's where most of our classic work took place. So, but I will say this, we weren't the foot soldiers of that renaissance. It was Red Pill, Blue Pill, Asir the Duke of Tears, Panic, Adika Butler, Rich, Brother Rich with the dreads for me, who did the 5 bloodlines of hip hop.
Classic.
A.A. Rashid, the Ghetto Shaman, the list goes on. Asir the Duke of Tears, Tefero, there was Roswell, there was Will.i.am. We began collectively, we ushered in a new energy. Now this is CCBC. This is Conscious Community Before Computers. All right?
Okay.
All right, like that? Like that?
That's a good one. That's a
All
good
right,
one.
so
Okay.
this is Conscious Community BC.
Okay.
Right? And LIU was the place, and then Sarnetta had a movement up in Harlem. I cannot negate what he did on 125th Street. He had a movement up in Harlem, almost replicating, but Sarnetta at that point was still more Black Power,
Okay.
and more, Pan-Africanism. He later pivoted into what we were doing for financial reasons. We'll talk about that another time. All right, so with that being said, this movement before computers ran from about 2002, about 2008, 2009, maybe. I did my last lecture with Dr. Runoko Rashidi, me, Brother Chris, and Brother Rich, about 2007. During that time, see, this is the thing about Virgos. We see things. I began to see the writing on the wall. I began to see, because we charged $10 at the door for 5 years straight. But the reason being, and see, this is why I talk about money screws up everything, bro.
Yeah.
Money is going to be the great revealer of a lot of things. And when you ain't got no money, when money is put on the table, you're going to see some things that get real strange. They get real strange for a piece of change. I am honoring all of the lecturers that came through LIU that was on VHS tapes with us. Phil Valentine, Bobby Hammett, C. Freeman L., Dr. Jewel Pulcrum, Francis Cresswell, Sid Blair, all of them, because I paid them.
Right.
I know what they were getting paid, and I know what they was worth. There was no scamming. Trust me, there was no way to scam. You can count the many people in the door. Sir, that's all we had.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was no way to scam, tell people this or that. So I honor them, because this is before scamming.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is before all of that.
Yeah.
When I left, I showed up at a lecture at that point, maybe 2 or 3 years later, and the tickets was $50 at the door. Tickets was being sold in advance. I had never heard of no shit like this. There was pay-per-view events all of a sudden. Then we had this so-and-so against so-and-so, the great debates. All right? And during the great debates, Polight made his bones. He was a great orator. He was a great researcher. He could debate anybody. He had the gift of gab. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he did his little research, and he was coming off the Dr. York tree, and so he was well gifted in these things. A lot of people made a lot of money with him, putting him on these plateaus and putting him out in front and introducing him to our community. Why am I mentioning this? Because this era, this was the birth of the computer era. This was the birth of our information no longer being consolidated to one area, now the world. And
Right.
so you can turn these so-called conscious people into rappers in terms of
Notoriety, clout. Yeah.
and all of this, and it became a huge money grab. All during that era, I claim none of that. I don't know any cosmic so-and-so galactic fourth power. I know none of these niggas. I was home minding my business, but during this, but I hear things and I watch things, and so there came a point in the 10-year anniversary. Go back to my Facebook page. We did our first lecture with Phil Valentine on December 21st, the winter solstice of 2002. In 2012, I put up a message that said, I am done with this. I had just made it official.
Yeah.
I had left a few years earlier, but when I saw what was taking place, I said, I'm done. The next couple of years is what birthed the internet, the YouTube scholar.
Yeah.
No longer were you sanctioned by so-and-so,
Right.
or you came off this tree. You could stay home and watch 50 videos. Stay with me. I'm still talking about Polight here. 50 videos, 60 videos, replicate somebody else, get your YouTube channel up, and then you became a personality. And then this thing was way off the rails because that's when all of the super scamming came in and the hustling and the conniving and took something that was very precious and dear to me. And that's why I'm speaking about it, because that shit meant something to me. It shaped my thinking in a lot of ways to see it go off the rails over some goddamn money and egos and power and whatever else you want to call. And now today, this is the fourth stage of it. You know, the byproduct, the Polight and them closed out. I'm going to say 2017 or 18, whenever Blue Pill and Red Pill gave their press conference, probably ended that. You know what I mean? Because it drew a line in the sand because Polight attacked. And he came out on the offensive, and this shit got real messy for everyone to see. Shit that used to happen behind closed doors became very messy. Now, the point I'm trying to make is this. People became enamored with Polight. He became a superhero. He became somebody whose cognitive dissonance skill set, or, you know, those. And so he became somebody who, he had 4 wives. He probably was turning down wives because people like to be in the loop with all that. And monkey see, monkey do. He became very powerful, but he wanted more. He went out to Hollywood and showed his true colors. See, if you watch these niggas will tell you who they are. They all want to be rappers. Yeah, and they all want to bust bottles. And they all want to be in fucking music videos.
I've learned that I've learned that just watching, and I think Polight is an interesting case study because he is what a lot of people. He is the archetype of. You one way when you don't got nothing, but as soon as you get it.
As soon as you get it.
Yeah, it's like.
And that's how I said, money will reveal who you are.
Yes.
So then he started popping bottles, throwing money around, driving around. Dude, what does that have to do with spirituality? What does that have to do with raising awareness? See, a lot of these dudes come and they act like they are a benefit to you when in actuality, you just a benefit to them. And if you watch closely, just follow the money. It will show you. So Polight had already had a case. I think Sonetta's a niece or something who ran away very early, got up under his wing. He, again, was dealing with her mother, and she ran away to be with him.
Oh, man.
See, a lot of these guys, the mothers, y'all got to understand, they watching you, but they watching your daughter. When they come into your mix, they really watching your daughter. You know what I mean? So he had already had rumblings, and Sonetta said it on his own show a couple of times. If you don't want him to release this tape, see, when Sonetta get mad, all bets is off. Sonetta gonna tell you some things. And so we already had inklings that he was a scammer. We already had inklings of him taking people's money, Granddaddy IU, R.I.P., among other people, the crypto guy who lost $150,000. You know what I mean? Among other things. So we knew. But the cognitive dissonance of our people, we love leaders. We love putting people up on pedestals. We love to exonerate them for all of their shortcomings. It's a sickness that we have. And so he met his match when he met this young lady and her mother. Now, the mother, people might say, well, why did she leave the child? Let's not get into all of those particulars right now. The fact that the mother decided something is not right. I'm calling his phone. I'm calling our phone. Something is not right.
And I want to say something as well, because it feels like this year, or recently, a lot of social media people who for years, since 2017, and like that's when a lot of people really like came to prominence. It seems like real life is finally catching up.
Yes.
To the social media persona, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to shout out the mom again because there was rumblings from back then, right? There was rumblings of what Polight was doing, whether it be financially or this, but she took it that extra step and went to the police.
And I want to applaud that.
You get what I'm saying?
Because he begged her, according to reports, not to, because it would fuck up his career. See, when you're used to manipulating women, obviously he's got 4 women with him. He's used to them succumbing to his charismatic ways and all of this shit. And this woman, for whatever reason, said, no, I cannot allow this to happen. I have to go to the police department and we have to, and he also talking about, oh, the rape kit came back negative. Nigga, touching a young girl's titty and ass is not gonna show in the fucking rape kit. And if you bust off and don't inject in her, or you did not penetrate her, that's not gonna show in the rape kit, nigga. You're not slick when you say that. Do you know touching a young girl's titty is molestation? Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this nigga talking about? You know what I'm saying? Nothing sure. But how did they know that was the DNA? What?
Yeah.
This nigga was wilding.
Yeah, my head was hurting watching that.
My head was hurting
I was just
watching this because you sound smart to dumb people, nigga.
Yeah.
It don't take a lot to figure this out. So let's wrap this up with this. He deserved more than 7 years, but I understand. Mm-hmm. I hope this becomes a breaking point for you sorry minions who decide to follow this nigga like this nigga is God. I speak a lot on this platform about these people are just like you. So if I call somebody a piece of shit, I'm saying this is a man just like me, and in my eyes, he's a piece of shit. Not, he is up here, so how dare I? Stop putting people above you. This is a spiritual war. I'm going to say that again. This is a spiritual war. And so while you're running around trying to earn your fucking leisure and all of this stupid shit, you are missing the point. This is why we suffer and keep falling for the okie doke, because it's all connected to money. Let that thing go. You're going to always have food. You're going to always have clothing and shelter and the things you need. The reason I don't suffer or succumb to anything, not even physical affliction, nigga, is because I know that this is a spiritual war. And I've been sent here to do something far greater than that stupid shit. And follow who's got the bag and all that kind of shit. Understand why you are here. And you become immune to all of it. So now your man got to sit down. Dr. York had to sit down. Rashad Jamal had to sit down. It's a few other people. Nature Boy had to fucking sit down. Africa Bambaataa ain't sat down because he ain't showed the fuck up. All of these people you putting on pedestals, let it go. And ain't nobody after these people. There's no government conspiracy to shut down consciousness. All of this shit is regurgitated bullshit. That's why I be up here goofing on half that shit. None of that shit is real. I'm trying to tell you, none of that shit is real. It's all bullshit. Now, I'm not saying higher learning and your personal pursuit to know who you are is not real. Of course that is. But all of that other shit, I'm the exalted one, and this is the guru of fucking chakras. All that's bullshit. Let all that shit go. Polight is a piece of shit. Okay? Like that. Point blank. He's a piece of shit. He's going to get what he deserves. Or they're going to be real rude with his ass. Mr. Polight, they're going to be real rude with his ass very, very soon. And don't be surprised if a series of videos come out, because you're mocking the victim when you do that kind of shit. Just out here, they clear up the background, make this nigga think like he in the mountains and some shit. Because he know that there's a sucker born every day, and you people cannot, you would rather give your energy to him than believe that your life is worth anything of value. The minute I hear people say shit like, we need leaders, you have already told me you are a follower. Just on code. We don't need no more leaders. Dr. So-and-so and this one doing that, and all of that shit is for money and fucking their own self, profits and all of that kind of shit. We are the poor righteous teachers, and that don't mean financially poor. That means that this journey that we on, this arduous task to move forward, can't be, you know what I mean? And when the only thing that determines your worth is money, you are worthless. I'm gonna say it again. When the only thing, not saying you're talented, you're skilled, and you can put a money value on that. When the only thing that determines your worth is money, then you are worthless, and that means anybody can cut you a check and buy you. So don't tell me this coach, he knew his worth and moved on. There's other things that determine that, or should determine that. When I tell you I will flip burgers at, Happy Burger, that is a metaphor for do not let this shit get you caught into. Now, do I mean you can't go out and make some money? Don't be silly.
Yeah.
Know your worth. Know your value. Right? And when you violate a child, I don't give a shit. You a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
When you violate a child, bro, and you trying to bring a child along, and we could talk about our families, and this one was a pedophile in the family, and that just opens up a can of worms, which for another 2-hour show, which we're not gonna do. Polight got what he deserved, and I hope they be very, very rude to him. You know what I'm saying? For the next 7 years. Then I hope for the next 10 years on probation he fuck up, and then he go back.
61.
For 61 more fucking years. Truth be told. But it ain't just him. A lot of people got their hands dirty. They made a lot of money with this dude, and they real quiet right now. They not speaking about it. They like, I hope this shit just goes away, because then I have to deal with that shit. A lot of people saw it and said nothing. They looked the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so a lot of people should be held accountable in some degree. I'm not saying for the molestation and abuse of a child. There's no way you could have known that. Like when we speak about Africa Bambaata's situation, we just thought he liked boys. Or, you know what I'm saying, men.
Yeah.
We didn't know to what extent, and we still don't technically, of just how young and stuff like that. I have maybe the people in Bronx River know. You know what I'm saying? But we just know, L just told me, yo, that nigga's a little fruity, stay away. And I said, okay, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm guilty because I immortalized him in my book, among other things, for his hip-hop contributions. Him, Herc, a few other ones, based on my personal experience from a hip-hop perspective.
Right.
So I have to I live with that. Like, damn, but I did not know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I can't put that on those who didn't know. Those who know, you know if you knew. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know. For those who that's like saying everybody who went to a jam at Bronx River should be responsible for Bambaata's fucking behavior.
Yeah.
How? Everybody who came to the lecture didn't know.
Yeah.
I be so out of the loop with the lectures, bro. You know, especially the last 10 years, I be standing next to an op. And I don't even know. I be like, yo, what's up, Ken? Then my people be like, yo, that nigga's the op. I don't be knowing. You know what I mean? So but there were those who knew. There were those who positioned Polight, having him open up for Phil and get him used to where he could take it over. There were those who put him on the biggest stages and bright lights and did all that and truly fed their families off this nigga's energy. And now that the results are what they are, I'm not hearing nothing.
Yeah, and then I think the one thing a lot of people can take away from tonight, a lot of these people, you just gotta wait them out.
Yeah.
You just gotta wait them out.
Yep.
Don't don't waste your energy trying to, you know, talk to people
And
through a
prove-
camera.
Yeah, and exposing. Just wait them
Just
out,
wait 'em
bro.
out. That is
They're
like-
gonna reveal
Yeah,
to
they
you
expose
who they are,
themselves
bro.
like all the time, and that's again why I said the mom, she finally went to the cops because people get on the computer all day long to expose, and I got these receipts. All right, go to the cops.
Yes.
This person robbed you. You can sue. Do something.
And she had to go to the cops at that moment.
Yeah.
I listen. That she is a fucking hero.
Yeah.
You know, we just spent an hour on this nigga, and she's the real fucking hero.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? For you know, at least. And see, this is what I don't do either. And then we can move on. I don't like to dwell on what I coulda, shoulda did, because it's easy to say what she coulda did. There's no energy there for me to. It already happened.
Yeah.
And I be telling Malcolm, okay, do me a favor. That happened already.
Yeah.
We cannot reverse that. Let it go. We got to
Absolutely.
move forward.
Yeah.
She moved forward at the moment of knowing that her daughter needed her at that time, and she did what her heart told her was the right thing, and she showed up at the police department. She was not summoned by the fucking CIA to take his semen from the night before and sprinkle it on her fucking daughter, throw alcohol down her daughter's throat, and drag her to the police department and say he did this shit. Some of you weirdos got all these weird reasons for stupid shit.
Yeah, yo, listen, I was watching some panels yesterday, and it was just making my head hurt. Like, yo, bro.
Yeah. So with that being said, I think we can get ahead to a commercial break, and then we can start the show.
Yes, then we can.
If that makes any sense.
Yes, then we can start the
We
show.
got 2,000 people in here. Stay around. You know, now we're gonna start the show.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button, and then we'll talk about some other things that may concern you.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Tonight, there's growing outrage over this video showing at least 2 police officers in Kenosha, Wisconsin with their guns drawn following 29-year-old Jacob Blake as he walks around the front of a gray SUV. We paused the video after he opens the door with his back to an officer. At least 7 shots can be heard.
Don't think we don't see your pain. I got a real mentality, a better view of reality. If this is life, then I'm battling. Hey, don't think we don't see your pain. I got a real mentality, a better view of reality. If this is life, then I'm battling. I got a real mentality.
Back for another amazing episode of Real Mentality.
Yes.
We had the world famous Alkaline Oasis, and so it's always a pleasure to get together with young men, different ages, all my sons, 23, 30, 36, 37. What are some of the things that you wish your parents had taught you now at your stage in this evolution and in life for you?
Ooh. Oof. Oh man. You guys did a great job with us, right? So I wouldn't be able to come and rap and say my parents wasn't there. I'd be lying. I think one of the things that I dealt with, and it was sometimes I would just try to avoid all conflict.
For us, it would be, we got pretty spoiled because we're the youngest. So we got a lot of stuff that other families or other friends that we would see didn't have. For example, like you guys would make us hot meals every day. Some kids would get like cereal, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
This is what I eat for breakfast?
In hindsight, you did what you could do. You understand? I mean, there's no.
Yeah, you have to like. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, and then after you enter adulthood, what your parents been trying to teach you, we was too stubborn to listen. So you gotta deal with it on your own.
Like you said, I can always go back and go like, no, they told me to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? They told me, all right, figure that out, deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
So
yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
My dad wasn't around.
Right.
but I knew he loved me. And so I was advanced in my thinking. I wish he taught me how to love a woman. You have to be taught those things by example. I wish my parents had taught me finances. You know what I mean? And so you mean this credit card, I gotta pay this back?
Yeah.
I'm here to protect you.
Yeah.
And so when we as men, I look at the 3 stages, and I had to be a dad to each one of you differently. I'm proud of you as men. You know what I mean? Because you all have your own battles now that you have to go through. And so the greatest achievement for me is being a dad. It ain't being Black Dot. It ain't none of that superficial shit.
A better view of reality. If this is life, then I'm battling mentality.
All right, and we're back.
And we are back.
Yes. Thank you guys for still being here, for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Hope everybody has had a great week. So my son started school.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Pre-K.
That's what I'm talking about,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Pre-K.
Pre-K's big.
That's big,
That's
son.
huge. Yeah. So it was yesterday and today was orientation day. Tomorrow,
Tomorrow's
starts.
like, all right, son.
Yeah, so yesterday
Yo.
when we dropped him off into class, it was like a little rough, but he was chilling. Today,
real rough.
Yeah, because I guess like he thought like yesterday was just like a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. So today he had to, they was like, just go. We got him, go.
And then you new parents like, oh man, he crying. Now they do this for a living.
Yeah.
And so now, what's good about that is he just gets around other kids.
Yeah, no.
So he learns how to share.
Yeah.
He learns structure. You know, we all got to sit down.
Yeah.
Eat and all of them things that you can bring home and kind of build them. Because when you got an only child, they just think there are no rules.
Yeah, I'm tired of him.
Yeah. They think there are no rules. There are
He
rules.
just run everything. He
Yeah.
think the TV remote is his.
Yeah.
He think I'm supposed to be his personal artist, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. So
Absolutely.
We sent him off to the teachers, but I'm really excited about that. Everybody else whose kids is starting school.
Yes. Send us some pictures.
Oh yeah,
Let's
facts,
do that.
facts,
Let's
facts,
do
facts,
that. We
facts.
like to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
'Cause this
facts.
is more of a family structured show.
Facts.
Send us your kids going to school, man. And they got their book bag. They don't know nothing about the Illuminati. They don't know nothing
You know what
about
I'm
the
saying?
New
He got
World
his Mickey
Order.
Mouse book bag.
Yeah, they don't know nothing
They don't know
about
about Walt Disney
the
and
bricks and
him
none of
and
that shit.
Walt Disney and the
this is-
hyperbolic time chamber.
Right.
and-
Don't steal your child's
Yeah.
childhood
Yeah.
with imparting them because this is not really, this is a structure. And man, this is preparing you for prison. And he looking at me like, what? Like, nigga, I just want to go with Tommy and we gonna
I
run
just wanna
around.
play my blocks,
and we
man.
got these blocks, man. And you know, because I don't want you to get structured in, man. Because you know what I'm saying. Don't do that to your kids, man.
He did that to me. I was an angry kid.
Yeah, he was an angry kid.
I was an angry
Don't do it to
kid.
your kid.
We were learning about Columbus, and I was just like,
Yeah. Don't
My
do
dad
that. to him.
my dad told me the truth.
Yeah, he in the class talking about the Moors and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And the teacher, I need you to stay after class. Like, who taught you that shit?
Yeah.
And so, you know, every February it was
Scary in them
Scary
classrooms.
in them
That's where
classrooms.
he gets the line from.
That's where he gets the line from in the intro song. You know what I'm saying? Every February was scary in them classrooms because they knew they was gonna have to deal with Malcolm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't do that.
That's
Let
your
him-
Ron B.
At least, yeah.
Ron B.
Well, don't do it now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm chilling.
You know,
He's
feed him a
still,
little bit.
You know, he's 3
so
years
let's
old.
get to it, man. What do we have?
So, China has, somebody said, celebrating 16 years of marriage today.
Oh.
Shout out to my hubby Joe. Congrats to you.
Shout out. 16 years. Y'all been together for a minute. Y'all done figured each other out. Y'all love each other. Been through some ups.
Nice.
Some downs. I like it. That's good times.
So China is reportedly banning their government officials from using Apple products.
Wait, now I'm a little confused because don't they make Apple products?
Here's the thing, right? Now, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, he has realized the hold that China has on his products and in turn his business. They make all this stuff. If something happens like a global pandemic to where China shuts down and we can't get computer chips, we can't get iPhones here on time, we can't even get PlayStations here. That's not Apple, but still.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Now there is a booming economy happening right now in India.
Do India make shirts and stuff? I mean,
Probably, but we could, you know.
I'm just, me, I'm always trying to save 13 cents per shirt.
Right? So so now Apple has slowly been moving manufacturing to India. China not stupid.
Yeah, and the writing is on the wall.
Yeah, so they just like, what the hell? So now it's seeming like they're about to declare war on Apple.
Ooh.
So,
and the new phone come out. They releasing the
September
15 on the 12th.
Yeah. I might have to get this. This is the 12.
Oh yeah, I got the 12 too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go up to the 15.
Yeah.
But and so now not only is this an economic thing, it's an economic thing for China.
Yeah.
And it's an espionage thing. You
Yes.
don't know what China is secretly putting in those phones.
That too.
That we think is not there.
Yo.
Shit, they make fake everything, fake food,
Listen,
fake wild,
Yeah, there is a safe company called Liberty Safes, right? Now, the FBI was investigating somebody for the January 6th thing.
I heard about that.
And they needed to get in the safe, so they contacted Liberty Safes and with a warrant, and then now Liberty Safe gave them the FBI the guy's private safe code,
right?
And they were able to get in and stuff like that. And everybody, the conservative crowd, everybody said like, we're gonna turn this into the new Bud Light and stuff like that. Because, like, when you think about it, like, okay, if my safe, I bought it, it's in my home.
They gave them the code.
They gave them the code to somebody else's safe. That's nuts.
Dude, that's like Apple giving somebody the password. Because remember, years ago, Apple came under scrutiny.
Yes.
For being able to give government officials.
No, they were telling people no, if you remember.
No, but before they was telling people no, they came under scrutiny because the officials was leaning on them.
Yes.
And I think the way they swayed their audience to assure that your shit is safe, Apple stood their ground and said, we're not going to do that as a breach of privacy.
Okay.
So now, no matter what my code is, somebody can give the feds my code and they can go into my safe.
Well, at that point, what is safe?
Exactly.
Like, what is, like,
what is safe?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. But now, what is safe? Because me and Avery was talking about it. She was like, you need like an underground bunker. And I was just like, until the FBI get the manufacturer of the bunker and say, open that shit up.
And say, open the goddamn bunker up. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that sets a real scary precedence. But
it goes back to what I was saying. There is nowhere to run. There is no secret, nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have enough money. The conscious community, firefighters and freedom fighters don't have enough money to fight out of a goddamn paper bag. Do you know what kind of intel and money it takes to go off the grid to fight a government?
And then...
So you a character. Most of you are like, what do you call those characters that don't exist?
What?
MPGs or whatever. NPCs. So, come on.
So, I was gonna say something else. You messed
Sorry
me up.
about that. But we was talking about the safe and what is safe.
Right.
And, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, so they came out, they made a statement to all of their, customers and saying now they have a new program that you can put your name in and then it'll wipe all of your information from their database. So this won't happen going forward.
Why do I need that if I purchase the goddamn safe?
Yeah.
Is that the new way? Because, on your phone, if you don't, go ahead.
I was going to say, this brings me back to last episode when Tucker Carlson said that the, not the SEC.
And NSA.
The NSA got into his Signal conversation. So Signal is an app on your phone that everybody was using during the pandemic to, spread some information around. But it's supposed to be encoded on the front and the back so nobody can get in. Right. Only you and the person you were talking to are the only people in this conversation.
Which is a joke.
But apparently, the NSA got into it and read his conversation. So, again, what is safe? Nothing.
Right. Nothing is safe. Just like on your phone, my phone is on right now. Fuck you, Apple. Fuck you, everybody who listening. Okay, because I know you're listening.
Yeah.
And watch this. You know what? I need horse manure because I'm gonna grow some grapes in the backyard.
Yeah.
Now watch.
Yeah.
Sooner they get in. Would you like fertilizer? Fertilizer. This is a different kind of fertilizer.
I was just thinking about this.
Because you got to go in the back and then turn all that shit off.
I like somebody said that's the reason why they took out the in Apple products specifically that you can't take out the battery.
Absolutely.
Because even if it's off, it's on.
Your phone is always on.
It's always on. You know what I'm saying? So if you could take out the battery, then maybe, you know.
Then and only then. But remember, the elders taught us they got the TV, the smart TV is smart for a reason.
Yeah.
It's watching you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you gotta have old school TVs. I went to Azariah house, this nigga was covering the TVs and shit. I was like, nah, this is a bit extreme, nigga. Like, I knew you was crazy, man. He was like, nah, you don't understand. He was covering the cable box, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The cable boxes at the time. He said they two-way and they can look through and shit in the cable box. Had me going home covering up my cable box and shit. Fuck. Then I be far over, I wanna change the channel. I'm like, fuck. I gotta get up and move the goddamn. So, you know, they're always watching. This age of surveillance is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, interesting stuff. Interesting.
Definitely. So, and then remember the Apple and Facebook or Meta, they've been going through their little Cold War for the past few years. Apple made it harder for Facebook to track you.
Those are that through the ads.
Through the ads, yes.
Because we used to have an ad that could follow you.
Yeah.
Like if you clicked on my ad, and my shit followed you like everybody else. Like, yo, you think that you want that Urban X t-shirt? Yo, how about Urban? Did you mention Urban? There's Urban X t-shirt. We had ads that followed your ad. We learned how to do that shit. It was ball game.
Yeah.
So I'm talking shit, but we follow you. We follow you. But now that Meta and Apple are at beef, we can't follow you.
Yeah, or you can't track it as much. It's a lot of moving parts.
It's a lot of moving and jumping over hurdles to follow you now, and you know. So. Did you leave something in the cart?
Yeah.
What? We about to get sophisticated on you.
Yeah, I told you one time I walked past a restaurant and then got ads for that restaurant. And I kind of stopped there for a second. That looked good. And I just kept it pushing. I didn't even say out loud it looked good.
No, because it was picking up your phone.
Yeah.
Right? It was just picking up the frequencies. Yeah. We're going to follow you niggas. You niggas will not get away from me.
Get this Urban X shirt.
Get this Urban X shirt, man.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Now, when I knew that the phone was like really, really tracking you, I went into a store, stopped at a jacket, picked it up and everything. I was like, I was about to get it, put it back down, and then I saw an ad for that jacket. I said, there's no way. Like, how the hell? I didn't look it up on my phone or nothing. I was just like, nah, they must have something with the QR codes or with the barcode.
And it's with, not only that, it's the audio, bro.
Yeah.
I've been in the bed talking to wifey about something, and I swear the ad will come up, and I'm like, all we're doing is having a conversation.
Yeah.
So they're using audio, they're using location, all these antennas picking up. That's why you can't. Yo, Steve Coakley, man, he was dropping gems on us. He said, when I move, you see this? And they wasn't even as sophisticated. You got to know how to leave your phone here. He was putting us on to the levels of surveillance.
Oh, and now it's even greater. Like, you can't go,
if you in your car, we got your Easy Pass. Dude, this thing is crazy.
We spoke about on the other episode how that woman on the New York City subway said she just went through, she didn't pay, and she still got charged.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now with the cards, without debit cards, because you don't even have to put it in, you could just tap it. So that means they can track that, right?
Yeah.
Easy Pass when you drive. They forced everybody to get the Easy Pass. Like,
they did.
There's no more toll.
They did.
Cash tolls anymore.
And if you don't pay, it's $70.
Yeah.
Fine. You be like, God damn, I gotta pay this.
I just might as well get an Easy Pass.
I might as well just get
They're
Easy
trying to get rid of motor cars, under the guise of climate change, but it's really so it can be an electronic car, so we can track it or shut it
and
down
shut
if
it down
need be.
when we want. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We talked about how the BMW is adding subscription-based heat seats, so now I can just, they could you pay for your heated seats. When you don't pay your bill that month, we don't have heated seats for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all one big system for more surveillance. It's crazy.
Odyssey's car will prompt me when her door is not closed properly.
Oh yeah.
What?
That's crazy.
So no. This thing is. So you have to just accept there are no more secrets. They in your head now. reading your thoughts.
Bro, there's a show I used to watch called Futurama, and he had ads implanted in his dreams. Like that was just like a thing.
Yeah.
So and you gotta understand, like the entire entertainment industry is based on just trying to feed you some type of ads.
That's it.
That's the only reason radio exists, is because they were trying to just get ads. So we created radio shows or like radio stories.
And I tried to explain that to people 25 years ago.
Yeah.
The radio ain't there because they playing the jams you like. They have demographics, and once they figure that out, slow jams, this one, rock, and the demographic based on the listening audience, they can push ads.
Right.
That's all rappers do now is push ads.
Yeah.
That's all athletes do.
That's what movies do.
Is push ads.
Yeah, movies, product placements. And
It's all product placement, man. It's all product placement.
That's it.
Yep.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Did y'all see DJ Envy get at Tyrese on the Breakfast Club?
He was trying to poke his chest out a little bit.
Yeah.
He goes hard for his wife.
Yeah, apparently, but a lot of other people think he got a lot of pressure from the legal system.
That too, because he
that looked like he about to snap.
He did.
He do look stressed though.
He looks stressed. I know what
he does look stressed, and it's one of those things where like. Yeah, all right, so we do our show live with comments. You see the comments, stuff like that. If they had a live chat,
oh my
lord, people like, you got that Rico?
Yeah, because he got
You got that Rico? What's up?
Once they go Rico on you, bro, and they start putting pieces together, man, and all for what? For money.
Yeah.
All for money. This nigga already make a shitload of cash up on the show.
Not Alejandro, but
I was going to say Alejandro.
Abelardo, thank you.
Alejandro.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the podcast. Big thank you for Black Dot and Malcom for always keeping it real and connecting with us. Your authenticity and genuine approach makes each episode a true gem. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
That's Mr. G.
Oh, it's Mr. G.
That's Mr. G.
Yeah, I'm just like,
all right, Mr. G.
We appreciate you.
We're coming down to the Alkaline Oasis.
We got to film some more episodes.
And
we also got to do something else there.
Okay, I'm not going to say it.
All right.
I'm not going to say it.
We got to do something else there.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it.
But I think, let me just say this. All right, I think, this is just me, the Alkaline Oasis, because they're going to name drinks after people. They should put a little lip in some of them smoothies, man.
Oh, okay.
It's in the name.
Okay.
Alka.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
It's in the name.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Put a little special drink to the side for Black Dot. Be like, I'm here for the Black Dot special.
Somebody said that Tyrese interview was a waste of time. So, Tyrese, he's been like very vocal lately. He's been talking about his ex-wife, how she's a gold digger lately and things like that. And he remember that same round time, like 2016, 2017.
Is that the one he was crying?
Yeah, he was going through it.
What can I do?
Yeah, he was going through it, and then
and I felt
he was
his
asking
pain
Will
only
and Jada
because-
for money. It was weird.
Yeah, it was a weird
And he
situation.
said he was on some drugs, and that was the reason why like he was lashing out.
Okay.
And that's when Envy said like, I don't know if you was on the drugs when you was talking crazy to my wife. I should box you in the mouth.
I've never even heard that term before.
But yeah.
Is that a? I've never told her, yo, I'm gonna box you in the mouth. Where the else I'm gonna fucking box you at? In your fucking mouth. I'm gonna box you in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like that just sound like he ain't never put his hands up a day in his life. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's the new street lingo. Let me know in the chat if the new street lingo is yo shin. Box you in your mouth.
I haven't heard that
saying?
one.
I've never heard it before. So, it sounded like some weird shit. Like if a nigga said that shit to me, I just
Somebody said it's a British term. Nah.
Oh, is it a British term?
Nah. Them UK dudes got some cool slang. You ever watch Top Boy? They got some cool slang.
I'm gonna box you in your mouth.
Nah, they got some real
I
cool
will
slang.
box you right in your mouth.
I'm not even gonna get it disrespect him that way.
Come
Shout
at
out
me.
to the UK.
You
man.
come at me and I will box you in your mouth.
Nah.
I don't know. Maybe it's some overseas shit. I ain't never heard it. I'm from the Bronx.
But speaking of Envy and the whole possible Rico thing, I don't know. I don't really know the details of that.
And I'm hearing it's more of his man.
Yeah.
But these are the people you associate with. You attach your name, and that's the shit Shaq did. Shaq attached his name to so much stuff.
Oh, that's how he got in trouble with FTX.
That's why he got in trouble with FTX.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I have heard Envy up there promoting these events, about getting into real estate. And so he was doing his part.
Yeah.
His man was probably doing the heavy lifting, knew what the system was. You use your platform and we can make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's his name had a like town hall yesterday or the day before. What's his name? Jay Morrison.
Okay.
And again, talking about, and again, I don't know any details about this, but I'm just talking about like the internet finally catching up with people. Like people are finally starting to just kind of like, time out. I need better answers than what you're giving me. So
a new, smarter, if there's such a thing, internet being, or a breed is being born where you're holding people to task.
Yeah.
You said you was gonna do this. I need some proof that you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And then there's always gonna be the minions who they'll just give you their money and expect you to work miracles for them, or they're more enamored into personalities.
You know what? It's a mix of, like, when people get scammed in business ventures, like investing, real estate investing and stuff like that, a lot of the average person who has no idea, we just think investing means I give $1, I get $3 back, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have a time, we don't have a time frame on, a time reference on it. And then when we hear rappers say, yeah, I just flipped this money and turned it into this, we're not understanding, like, sometimes investing in real estate, right? Like, you buy a house for $200,000 and then you sell it for $4, right? You made $200,000. That don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That doesn't compute with a lot of people. They just go, wait, that, and I had to wait how long for that? And that doesn't compute. So
black people want their money right now.
Right now.
If I give you Malcolm, and you my son, if I give you $5,000 right now, I'm already looking over your shoulder like,
what you doing with that?
How we nigga, you just gave me the money, Dad.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, how we doing?
Right.
Shit, And so that's because black people, we don't have a lot to begin with. Right? If we believe in you, like you sold us on something, this might be all I got. I need this to work. Little did I know that you was just hustling the whole time.
Yeah.
And you took my money and you went and got lavish with it and started counting ones and doing all kind of weird stuff. And then when I press you for my money, you always have a weird answer that satisfied me for the time being.
Or a totally legal answer.
Yes.
Yeah,
tied up in logistics.
Yeah.
And Bernie Madoff was knocking them down.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
50 billion?
Yeah. And I watched a doc on him, and people, like, the guy who uncovered it was just like, he was basically saying, in investments, you take losses. Like, it's natural to take losses. Like, everybody
that's
takes
the ebb and flow.
Yeah, it's just
of a, yes.
And then he was looking at his, like, every year he made,
he's winning.
How the hell is this even? It's not mathematically possible.
Yes.
And that's how he was able to get uncovered. So that's how, yeah. Do the damn dash shit to Lee Daniels. Yeah, I was supposed to go up and see him. Like, where's my money, man?
Yeah, he pressed that.
Where's my money?
He was like, I need my money.
He was like, Damon, you were happy.
Damon,
you were happy, money.
Don't make a scene here, Damon. Damon was like, I'll knock you the fuck out, nigga. If I don't get my money, I nigga wrote him a check.
So, speaking of money, the Biden administration just sent another $600 million arms package to Ukraine. This is after announcing $1 billion the day before.
All right, 1.6 billion.
Yeah.
Because we have to help out the people of Ukraine.
Bro.
I like it.
Bro. Student loans is about to start up again. And somebody said, go to Ukraine for my student loans.
Facts.
Like, I'm tired of y'all.
And then I just heard Mayor Adams get off.
Yes.
Because this migrant situation, this shit is out of control.
Yes.
It was cute. You bring your people here, and now all of them kids got to register for school. And so now they can't not be in school. So all them kids are flooding the school system, and this thing is getting off the rails now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, this thing is crazy.
So remember we talked about the rumblings of mask mandates and lockdowns coming back. Majority of the red states are saying we banning masks in public areas and lockdown. Like, I don't know how they doing that, but I think that's sending a real clear statement.
Dude,
they draw a line.
But they don't care about none of you guys.
Yeah.
We got on the blue and red today.
It's true.
But I'm going to shout out red pill and blue pill. I'm not going to go Republican and Democrat.
Facts,
I'm not going to do. I'm not gonna do that.
This is just so we didn't have the same colors on, guys. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they banning their lockdowns and mask mandates and stuff like that because it's gonna happen. Lionsgate Studio, they announced a mask mandate earlier this summer, but they withdrew it because a lot of people were just like, we're not doing this again.
Right. And if it's done by state, how do you prove that this thing is even real? And that's what when this thing was going on, how come no people in Texas and Florida was coming down with the goddamn COVID?
Yeah.
How come none of the homeless people was coming down with the goddamn COVID?
Yeah.
But in our states, this shit is running rampant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New York was ground zero. It was nuts.
Yeah. Let's not relive that, please.
I don't want to.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban
Somebody said I smoke Newports all through Marcos. Dude, yeah, that nicotine. You better get you some cigarettes.
Yeah.
You be like, yo, y'all, shit.
So speaking of niggering, this guy named The Biggest Finn 4800, rap name, and this guy, his name is Kenwan McDonald. He's a 25-year-old rapper out of Las Vegas. He was arrested and charged of open murder, and police say he rapped about like really explicit details that weren't even released to the public in this song. So
he's a goofy.
Yeah, he rapped about a murder.
So he rapped all the details to help feeling that they hadn't released. Yeah. And the only way he could have known those things is if he did the murder. Okay, he deserved to go to jail. yeah, you deserve definitely to go to jail. Yeah, absolutely.
So he got out the red car. We didn't even say it was a red car.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Go get him.
At 4:17 a.m. by the McDonald's on so forth.
Yeah, Key and Peele had a real funny skit about that one.
Oh yes,
about like rapping. Real funny one.
Yeah, that was funny. Also, your man Polo.
YSL Polo, yes.
He got convicted today.
For murder, yes.
For murder. Okay.
So I guess the whole crazy act, did not work. Did not work.
It was worth a shot.
His lawyer was like, "Yo, go for it.
Go for it, nigga. They'd be like, "No, he needs to go to a mental institution."
Yeah, it's like just go for it.
I am going to identify as a woman during the middle of the trial when this shit is not going my way.
Yeah.
What's in my attorney? Listen, I now identify as not Dwayne but Diane. Yeah. Okay, my client is now a woman, and so obviously he will be convicted, Your Honor. But we're sending him to the
sending her,
not him.
Yeah.
To the fat ass facility of Chicago. A bunch of bitches in there, and I'm coming in there like, hey, ladies, I'm with y'all now. Get this thing popping.
Yeah, they said Tory Lanez turned down a plea agreement that he would have had to do 4 years instead of the 10.
You know why he turned it down? Because he didn't do the shit.
Okay, all right. How we know he ain't do it?
And he still lost, but he stood on his principles. I ain't do this shit.
Yeah,
I don't take no damn plea agreement. Say I did something to no damn children. You motherfucker crazy. Take me to jail.
Lock me up.
Shit, throw away the key. I ain't afraid to have no bubbles going down. What? You ain't never seen bubbles going down the crack of another nigga. Man, that's just bullshit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on now. No. No, I'm not really sure what happened with.
Yeah, I just want to know what happened. Like
I just want to know the truth.
I just want to know the truth, man.
Happy to watch live.
What did I just say? If you watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central at Drinking Juice.
Yeah, you got to watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central. Yeah. The commercials will say time for commercial break. How funny. Really? The Tube will play their commercials when I say
no way, really?
Don't say that. They owe me money.
Yeah, don't say that.
Don't say when I go to commercial break, they're like, go to our commercial.
So that Malcom, former NFL player Mike Williams is on life support after construction. It was
reported that he died.
Yeah.
Now they're saying he's on life support. Okay. Yeah. He got hit with a steel beam or something. He was on a construction site or something. I believe he got hit in his head. Well wishes to him. I did hear about that.
Okay.
I did hear about that.
Somebody said that Jenna girl behind that ish. Yeah, I don't know what is up with that story, but every time I hear it, I'm just story? The Tory and Meg thing.
Yeah. That story's just weird, and but you know, it is what it is.
So apparently in October there will be a auction off of some of the Rothschild family heirlooms.
Ooh,
yeah.
How much that going for?
We'll see at the auction.
And it's got to. Why would they be auctioning off some of their stuff? They don't need the money.
Right.
Their money is really uncountable,
right,
so to speak.
I read that. It was in the New York Post.
So that must be something else going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like why?
Exactly. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I think we had that gematria talk earlier. Something's, I don't know, that doesn't like sound like what it seems. You get what I'm saying? Like what items are they trying to like
and why
pass
are
off?
Are these magical items?
Yeah, who knows, right?
You know, who knows?
Who knows?
Who the hell knows?
So Airbnb in New York City is being banned almost. So a lot of people...
Yeah, they're cracking down. So it's going to cost a lot of people money.
Yo, a lot of people, and shout out to the people who are honest, because a lot of people started to get out of Airbnb when it stopped being like a good business model. Because it was a gold rush. A lot of people got in, and then after a while...
it was costing you money.
Yeah.
You know, then because of the people you had to scan and vet, vet to see if they're the right people to be in here, and they messing up the property and renting it, not giving a shit about it. There's a lot to go with rental. There's people, Marcus deals, my son deals with real, and you get these people in there and they got rights.
Yeah.
And they sitting there messing up your home, and you can't get them out.
Yeah.
And it costs you every time you go to court. You got to have a lawyer to sit there, and they keep siding with these people.
Yeah.
And you like, bro, this is crazy. And so, it is an interesting business. And the Airbnb was supposed to negate that with having you doing these real short rentals. 24 hours, 48 hours, this and that, make your money. But now it's collapsing in on itself.
I knew it was a wrap when I forgot where we were going, and we looked at an Airbnb and we looked at a hotel, and the hotel was cheaper. I was like,
yes.
Because that was supposed to be the alternative.
Right.
And then once the original thing is better than alternative, it's over.
And then with all the hotels, they're not talking about these sex trafficking. A lot of these hotels are being bought up on actual charges. There's a lot of secret doorways and floorways, and man, but again, how are you gonna move that many kids around the country? And this thing is off the hook.
All a mess. Somebody said
cameras too.
Yeah. It was, and then there was like just like Uber, right? They had issues because you're dealing with individual contractors, right? So everybody is a reflection of your company. So if somebody gets assaulted in an Uber, I'm suing Uber. Right? There were people who were booking Airbnbs across the world, and they get there or something like that, and the person go, "Oh, you black? I'm not."
Right. Now you stuck out there somewhere, and people putting cameras up. Watching you, and they charge the Airbnb people. It might have not been them. Could have been somebody else. A lot of weirdos out here.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
Let's get some questions, though.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get some questions, though.
We got a rack tonight. All right.
Thank you.
Of likes. Thank you.
Did you see that cop, the white cop, with that black woman?
Took on the back. Dude, that was crazy. Like... It's broad daylight out.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on, bro. You don't think nobody's watching?
No.
Jeez.
No.
That is real bad. That is real bad.
And then his wife was black, apparently.
Oh, so he likes
he likes darker meat. He likes what he likes.
Likes little dark meat. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I had something else to say. Oh, NFL started today. Shouts out to that.
Yep. We put our picks in.
We did, for Eli's show.
And they made Burrows the highest paid player
ever.
And then Bosa was the highest paid
defensive player
ever. Some contracts won't last long because then somebody else will come along and based on the team's needs, and we got to sew this person up, sew that person up.
Yeah. The players be really having teams like under like just by the balls. Like you better pay me this. He has a 5-year extension deal worth $275 million. That's a lot of money.
A lot of bread through football.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of bread.
Lots of bread.
Somebody said, You didn't care. Yeah. Well, you and Eli. One Piece. I didn't watch it yet. I didn't watch the One Piece. But me and Eli will talk about it.
I went to go see Equalizer 3.
How was it?
It's good. Good. My man Denzel bucking people up, man.
Okay.
Bucking people up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question, what's up with them Asian lantern flies? Yeah, the ones you gotta kill on sight. I don't know what the hell's up with them, and I don't know where they came from.
I don't know where they came from.
I don't know what their function is, because, okay, aren't all like living things in an ecosystem supposed to serve some type of function?
Yes.
So I'm hearing like they ruin trees and stuff like that. Like, what are their functions?
Yeah, you have zero understanding.
And the fact that we gotta kill them, like, I don't know
where they came from, or yeah. They are everywhere.
Somebody said Asian, you said, that's fun. Did you guys see that that plane that was unleashing all of those mosquitoes?
Yes.
Right, so the Twitter fact checker said that they don't have anything to do with Bill Gates, but they are for the environment. Like, these are mosquitoes that help the environment somehow.
How?
Yeah, I don't know. That looks scary to me.
Because mosquitoes bite you.
Yeah.
Take your blood, bite somebody else.
Yeah.
Now I'm carrying the shit you was carrying.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how gay shit spread. And shaking other gay people's hands, rubbing that shit in your eye. It can't, you know. I just can't catch gay for no damn reason. Come on now.
But yeah, I did see that. So
yeah. And my cousin George was light skinned, bro. When we used to go down south to grandma's house,
oh yeah,
they would eat this little nigga alive. They never messed with me because they knew I didn't have any food in my body. I was a poor black kid. They go, look, his blood is, yeah.
Did you guys hear about Danny Masterson? He played Hyde on that 70s show.
He got 30 years.
30 years to life for rape. Now, his case was like 2 cases from like 2001 and 2003. Like forcible, not sexual assault, not...
He penned people down.
Yes.
And he raped them.
Yes.
Okay. Were there people on his show? Or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
So he's really, really like...
Yeah, so he got 30 years to life.
He really sick.
He was a Scientologist, known Scientologist as well, so people are tying...
Oh, okay. That into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that ties, but, you know...
Well, you know. Birds of a feather.
Just saying. Any questions, though? Any more questions?
Any questions here?
The airliner jet, the New York to London 3.5 hours fastest airline, the Son of the Concorde that they're calling it, it's supposed to be in the skies by 2027.
So 3 hours.
Yeah, from New York to London.
I've been in New York to London. It was 8 hours.
Right.
I had a meal.
So if it's going that fast, shouldn't it be at a higher altitude?
Dude, you trying to get scientific on me? I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
I just know I got on the plane. I had a meal. I popped the Quaalude.
Okay.
Got up, had a meal.
Okay.
And then we were there. Yeah.
Right.
About right.
Okay, my bad.
Yep.
I just thought you guys would be interested in something like that. I don't know. Somebody said the skin breed. Yo, Denzel or Samuel Jackson?
Denzel.
I think so too.
I like Samuel Jackson.
I do too. I appreciate him more now.
I just think the more serious roles, Glory, Malcolm X, Training Day, the range was a little bit more with Denzel. The Fences movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, the movie Finding Foster? No, what's the movie where he was in there with the dude, the young Marine guy, black guy, and they did the poetry, and he introduced him to his family. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie with the black guy. And Hurricane was good. Clash of the Titans or Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
Great
debaters. Yeah, so, you know, I'm Antoine Fisher. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Antoine Fisher. Yep. So, you know, I think his, you know, now Samuel Jackson may have grossed more with Star Wars and
MCU movies.
MCU movies. Yeah, he probably grossed more. Sure.
What else, guys? Did you like the one when he was the airplane pilot? Oh, that was a good one.
That was a very good one.
Oh, yes. I saw the trailer for the Book of Clarence movie where the guy, he saw Jesus of Nazareth, and it was around that time. And he said, "I'm about to do the same thing." So he starts his own grift with his boy. Looks interesting.
He started his own grift.
Yeah.
Ain't that something?
Thoughts on Krishan and Blueface? Listen. I don't know those people.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And that's just one of those examples of when degeneracy is like put up in our face. Because these two people, Blueface hasn't had a song in I don't remember how many years. Mm-hmm. And what is he still even relevant for? Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
I don't understand it. I don't know why we're seeing the drama with him and his girl, and his girl is it's a mess. I don't get it.
Yep.
That why were there never white verses? I thought they were supposed to be. I thought they were trying to create verses where like all genres.
Yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to take off and do the numbers, you can't avoid
right.
Having a white versus, but black people would tune out.
No,
I don't want to see Bon Jovi against.
No, well, you can have those white bands' fan bases, and it's the same thing.
I'm not watching that shit.
You're not their fan base.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
They know you're not watching it.
But I am.
Yeah. Somebody said my father was a photographer on the set of Glory. We have great photos of Denzel and Morgan. That's dope.
Nice.
Why are they dropping mosquitoes though? Well, mosquitoes are, think about it, just go to science fiction land, right? Mosquitoes can be undetectable. They're small. If you wanted to give a whole race of people any injection of something or blood disease.
And right, first you inject the mosquitoes by not injecting them, making them eat something in a nest, and then hover them over. And once they start biting people, remember, that shit only got to get into your bloodstream with a speck.
Right.
And it's a wrap.
So if you place your mind there, then you would think
that's warfare.
And then when I heard like they were creating genetically modified mosquitoes.
Bill Gates is doing that.
Yeah, what the hell?
Genetically modified mosquitoes.
So they're trying to distance Bill Gates' name from a lot, right? Because every time they come out with something like he's buying out land, people are just going, what are you buying this land for? So he's buying land under different companies, not
okay. It's all lead back to BlackRock, though.
Yeah.
It all leads back to BlackRock. Trust me. They own the media. They own the pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
They own the sports.
Yeah.
And they own entertainment. Shit, it's all BlackRock. I'm getting me a job with BlackRock. Fuck the rest of y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about me. I'm going up top. You think they'll give me a job? BlackRock.
No. No, I don't. Coach Wayne, we might retire that. We might retire.
Retire what?
The Deion topic.
Oh no, that's retired.
Yeah.
That's up there with Kaepernick, Kwame Brown, all that other shit we put up in here in that little box because those are trigger points for our people that we don't need to address no more. Because this show is not about debating you. This is about us sharing ideas, concepts. We don't always have to agree, having real good thought-provoking things, and move on. We don't have to harp too much.
Absolutely.
John Q, man, listen, Denzel's catalog's crazy.
Best white actor. Go.
Al Pacino. Sonny, your grandfather went to school with him. They used to call him Sonny.
Al Pacino.
He looking crazy today.
Yeah, his girl's divorcing him.
Yeah, he was walking by.
His girl's divorcing him. He's 89. Remember, he just had a baby with like a 30-year-old.
3 months old. Yeah.
So she's divorcing. Oh, she's breaking up with him and taking.
She got the baby. That's all she wanted.
Yeah.
The one from Titanic.
Leo
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
He better than Al Pacino.
Leo is
Scarface. Well, tell you something. I heard about this goddamn DiCaprio guy. He did a fucking movie on a fucking boat. There's nothing on the boat. He wasn't moving cocaine. What was the boat filled with cocaine? Okay, so I come from Cuba. That fucking, Titanic would have been loaded with cocaine. The shit would have tipped over with so much fucking Royale on it. Fuck it, DiCaprio. Isn't he up for federal charges because he's a snitch? Okay? You know what I hate? I never liked that piece of shit. I never liked that piece of shit. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Robert De Niro.
De Niro's dope too.
De Niro's dope.
De Niro's dope too.
De Niro's dope. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, Al Pacino was dope. Yeah, I might be wild. I might be one.
DiCaprio ain't did enough. He got an Oscar for being inside of a bear.
They owe him
I
that,
like
though.
his movie. No, I like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Bro,
I like
he had
Inception.
He had Inception. He had like a full movie.
Titanic.
He had like a full
I
movie
like
run.
all that. Don't get me wrong.
Gatsby. He had like a full movie run. He was They owed him that.
Yo, my man Al Pacino was in Scarface. I was in The Godfather.
This is true. This is true.
I mean, these are classic.
Yeah, this is.
You know,
this is true.
They gave this nigga a fucking Oscar for being inside of a bear.
Yeah.
With no dialogue. Nigga hovered up in a get out of here. All right, yeah, we can have that conversation anytime. Yeah. The movie Heat, classic.
That is a great movie.
With Val Kilmer and them, a classic.
That is a great movie. Guy, I don't know if y'all know this though. Got a birthday coming up next week.
Oh. Don't expect any weird speeches from me, man.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Don't expect me. You must shine light.
It's
You
okay.
know, the moment I saw you, I knew you was gonna be special shit. Don't expect none of that corny shit from me. All right, you try to get over with that shit. Lucky my girl Tashina Arnold came in and saved the day with hard cash. Because you was trying to get a teardrop to come down there. You was shining light. You was a vision, and I always looked up to you. Shit,
Whatever, I take it back.
All that
Whatever.
bullshit.
Whatever, I take it back.
Don't expect none of that shit from me. I ain't going there. I'm just gonna say happy birthday, little nigga. It's good to see you made it to 30. You alright. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't getting mushy
funny.
and shit. I ain't gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. Any more questions before we get up out of here, guys?
I'm gonna watch at least the second half of the football game.
Absolutely.
Goddamn,
Absolutely.
peace. Time to get out of here. We hope this was a great show.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this one.
This one in particular shared some ideas, concepts, and these are just my opinions and my thoughts, you know, and Malcolm's, and we want to stand on that because that's what it is.
So, guys, with that being said, peace. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your fam.
Yes.
Do something productive.
Do something with the family, man, and enjoy. Send us some kid pictures too. You know, at urbanx.nyc@gmail.com or your little young people.
Going to school, because that sounds weird.
Yeah, going to school. Yeah. Pause. Yeah, don't just send us pictures of kids. See, I always knew. See, if you listen closely, niggas will tell you who they are. I doctor say sending pictures of my kids, son. Come on, son. What kind of pedo shit is this, son?
You could be in the picture.
Yeah, you in the picture
with your kids.
Kid in the book bag and shit, fully clothed, getting on the bus.
You know what I mean? With books in their hands.
Books with lunch. We just want to shine light on them and give them a moment to say.
Just like when everybody graduated.
Yeah, just like when everybody graduated.
Yeah.
Don't weird me out, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that.
All right, so have a great weekend. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.
Join the membership. We got an exclusive episode coming out this weekend for you guys as well.
It's going to be the bomb.
All right?
Peace.